Hey, what's up and welcome, I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to League of the Americas here with Chapecoense, where we are starting season number 2 today. And here are our objectives for this season. Let's get straight into the objectives here. Here's a big problem, actually. They want us to start a youth academy. I wasn't even planning on doing that with this team because we have very, very little funds, and I didn't think this was the best use of our money. But now it's looking like we might be forced into at least having one scout and spending a little bit of money on this because we do have a couple of objectives in there. The objectives themselves aren't too bad, but the fact that we have to spend money on it is not the best situation in the world. For brand exposure, they want us to sell out at least 50% of our home games. Our team was awful at home. We won 6 games all year last year at home. I don't know why anyone would want to come see us play, but I guess we'll do the best we can. I think that really is determined by success overall, and we were a decent team last year, so hopefully we'll be able to accomplish that one. For financial, once again, it's keep player salary growth under 15%. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what affects that number, so we're probably going to fail that one yet again. Last year we ended at 31%, so we weren't even close. This year I don't expect to be any closer. And for long term, within 3 seasons, increase the club worth by 100%. I think we'll be able to do that. For domestic success, I thought this was kind of interesting. Our objective for the league is to finish mid-table. Usually when a team gets promoted, their objective is to not get relegated again. The board wants us to finish mid-table. I think that's a bit ambitious, but it's something I fully plan on doing. I don't plan on finishing in the bottom at all, so I plan on accomplishing that. I plan on succeeding well past that, but I thought that was a little weird that they had that objective for us. And then for the Coupe Nationale, reach the round of 32. I think we'll be able to do that one as well. So the objectives, I think, are a bit ambitious for this team and our budget, but I think they're at least, for the most part, doable. And I said our budget isn't the best. Now, we finished last season with, I think, over $8 million in the transfer budget. I was hoping some of that would roll over to this season. It has not. We have $4.6 million in the transfer budget, which I think is almost the exact same as what we had last year. It's just not very good. I'm going to do the preseason tournament again, hopefully pick up some money there. And I asked you guys last time, should we, how should we approach this transfer window as far as what nationalities of players we go after? I don't think it's going to matter. We're just going to get the players that we can with the money that we have. It doesn't matter where they're from. We're just going to try to get good quality players into this team. We don't have the money to be picky at this point. So like I said, we will be taking part in a preseason tournament in an attempt to boost up our funds a little bit. We could almost double our budget if we're able to come out on top of this preseason tournament. Again, I won't show you any of these games. They're not very interesting. Usually I simulate all of them. However, this time I might play a couple of them because I might have something in mind that I want to do with this team. So this is the team that we played the last match of the season with when we had fullback suspended and hurt. We had nobody healthy to put out there essentially at left back or right back. So I went with a 3 at the back formation. Now here is the rest of the team. Not a whole lot of players down there, as you can see. We had a couple people leave the team as their contracts expired, specifically a left back and a right back. All we have left in the team in those positions are Gesser and Praz. Praz is great, but he also is pretty valuable. We could sell him for quite a bit of money, and we might just stick with this formation. I've never tried a 3 at the back formation before, but with the personnel that we have, Vickers and Ladero are pretty agile center backs. They could be pretty decent out wide in a 3 at the back formation. I might give this a go in the preseason tournament. If it works out, it would save us money, so we don't have to go buy a starting right back. We don't even have a starting right back in the team right now. And we could sell Praz as well. So I might try this team out. It actually looks pretty good on paper. So to start our transfer window business off here, I'm going to try to get Jean-Yves Balutabla. He's the guy I've been looking at for quite a while, over a number of different series actually, and I've never been able to get him, but I think now is the time, and I think this is going to be the perfect situation to get him in, especially if we stick with this 3 at the back formation. I need a natural right-sided midfielder, and this guy fits perfectly. Less than a year left on his contract, really, really good potential. This is a great, kind of a cheap budget buy for us, so if we can get him for I'm going to go for $600,000. Hopefully, that's enough to get this very, very talented young midfielder. The next player I'm going to go for is another MLS player. This one is a center back. It's Eric Palmer-Brown from Sporting Kansas City. If you've played a lot of career mode, you may know that this guy is one of the hot young targets at center back. He's pretty decent. He has pretty good potential, so we'll see if we can get him from Sporting Kansas City. They want 1.6. I'll offer 1.2, and we'll see if that's enough to get this one done. So we have a couple of offers in for some of our players now. The first one is for Victor Osimhen from KV Mechik, I have no idea who that is or where they play, but given our transfer budget situation this year, it's not as much as I was hoping for. I don't think it's going to be a good idea to try to sell Osimhen and try to get someone that's going to be as good as he is and have the same kind of potential. I just don't think there's another player out there like that. So I know I hated him last year at points, but he was our second leading scorer. You know what? Maybe we give him another chance. Honestly, I don't think we're going to have a choice. We have to try to just deal with Osimhen for this season. Maybe if we have more money next year, we look to sell him. The next offer in is for Santero. I really like Santero, but he is 29, so he might start to decline pretty quickly here. The offer is for $7 million from Hanover. I don't want to sell him, but for the right price, I could be persuaded. I'm going to need like 8.5 million. I don't think Hanover will do that, but we'll see what they say. All right, our first signing of the season is coming in now in the form of Eric Palmer-Brown from Sporting Kansas City. It's going to cost us 1.4 million, which is about a quarter of our current transfer budget. However, Hanover did accept that counteroffer of 8.5 million that I made to them for Santero, so we could be getting quite a bit of money into the team very quickly here. Hopefully that does happen. But let's get Eric Palmer-Brown into this team. He's a very good young center back. He can also play out wide if I need him to. Very good athleticism on him. I like him. Let's get him into the team. The next deal that we're going to get done is for Balu Tabla from Montreal. Only $800,000. He's on an expiring contract, so I figured we could get him for pretty cheap. It's a really good deal. 2.6K in wages. Not that bad at all. Definitely an affordable player for us. Unfortunately, I think that deal for Santero to Hanover fell through. So we're going to keep shopping Santero. We kind of need to sell him. We need that money to get more players into this team. We don't have enough depth right now. So hopefully we'll be able to sell him pretty quickly to a different team. We'll have to wait and see. But let's get Tabla into the team now. All right, so the preseason tournament has concluded. We did eventually win that thing. We won, I think, 5-2 in the final over FC Twente. Kind of a crazy match, but we got, I think, about 3.5 million in for winning that preseason tournament. We also sold Santero to FC Dallas, so he's staying in the league, which I'm not too happy about, but I had to sell him. I didn't have a choice. So we got, I think, sold him for 8.5. We got 6 million into the transfer budget for that. That's not a lot. I mean, I would have liked to have kept more of that money, but that's okay, I guess. Well, we'll take the 6 million. So we sit at 12.5 million. We still need another striker, at least one, possibly two wide midfielders as well, and possibly another center back. $12.5 million to get those players, plus we need to save a little bit of that money to start a youth academy as well. So a lot of work still to be done here. All right, so the rebuild continues here. A wide midfielder coming in now, and I looked at the team. We really need starting quality wide midfielders, like 2 of them. So the first one is going to be Aribi. I have my eye on another one. He's going to cost us 1.8 million, plus I threw Praz into this deal. In the 3 at the back formation we're going to be using this season, Praz just doesn't have a spot on this team, so we used this value to bring the price tag down on Aribi. A good player to bring in. It's just got incredible pace, 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot, can play on both sides of the field. Absolutely love Aribi. Let's get him in here. All right, so we're up to the first game of the regular season now. I'm going to wait till next time to play that, though. And I want to get your guys' opinion on one thing before we end this episode. I'm looking at bringing in a star player to this team, and I've narrowed it down to 2 players. The first one is Emery Moore. A lot of you guys probably know about him. Very good player from Dortmund. They've agreed to a $7 million transfer fee, which is a really good value for a player like that. You can see he's valued at $10 million. So that's a really good value, plus he has potential to be a world-class player. And the problem is the wages. He's going to want at least $40,000 per week in wages, which is like 4 times more than what anyone else is getting paid at the team right now. I don't know if that's a good idea to commit that kind of money to one player when we still need to get at least 1, maybe 2 more players into the team in this transfer window. The other player is Victor Andrade, and he ticks a lot of boxes here. First of all, Brazilian. I wanted at least one marquee kind of star Brazilian player. Andrade would definitely be that player. His transfer fee's less than Moore, $6 million from Benfica, so we save $1 million there. Plus his wages are about half of what Emery Moore's would be. So in a lot of ways, almost in every way, he's a better fit for this team. But let me know what you guys think. Emery Moore or Victor Andrade. And here's what the team is looking like now with our new acquisitions. REB's in there on the left-hand side. I'm planning on playing that star player we bring in on the right where De Silva Lopez is, and he would slide to the bench and be the primary backup behind Pereira at center attacking mid. You can see down on the bench we have Palmer Brown and Balu Tabla. It's looking really, really good as far as quality reserves that we can bring on as substitutes now. I'm really liking the look of that, but as you can see, still not a whole lot of players down here, but we still have to start the youth academy, and that should start feeding players into this team and help with that severe lack of depth. So in all, I think we've done a pretty good job. Still a little bit more work to do in this transfer window, but I think we've got a really good chance to be at least semi-competitive in this upcoming season. So that's going to be it for this one. If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you when we come back for some more League of the Americas with Chapecoense. See ya.